Okay. It's my pleasure to present Landmark College's first Founders Award. This award is bestowed upon someone who was instrumental in establishing this college, someone whose entrepreneurial approach to educational solutions made Landmark College much more than anyone would have imagined. Our first Founders Award recipient is my friend and mentor, Chuck Strauch. Chuck is a founding Landmark College trustee, serving from 1985 till 2006 in that role, and since 2006 as board chair emeritus. He and Nan Strauch believed in and supported Landmark during the high-risk formative years. Chuck guided the college through the high-risk sort of teenage years, always fraught with peril. And over the past years, maybe the post-adolescence years, I don't know, when our growth and development was challenged in many ways in this tough industry of higher education, Chuck has been resolute in his belief that if you're not a risk taker, you're a caretaker, and that's not Landmark College. Chuck, come on up. Here we go. Here we go.
Can't tell you how honored I am to be with you folks tonight. As a guy who was a good friend of Chad Drake, and I'm going to tell a little bit of a story about it. Some of you have heard it because it is an amazing story. I had the honor of meeting Chad when I was in my late 30s, 40s. My son was at Landmark School, and there is nobody that I can think of that has had more an impression on me, made a more of an impression on me than Chad Drake. It's too bad that the folks that have never met him, but it's an amazing story. So the quick version, I know some of you have heard it, but I was asked to join the Landmark School Board, and right before I think it was my second meeting, I got a call from Chad. And he said, Chuck, I need your help. And I said, what? He said, well, the board meeting, this upcoming board meeting is not going to go well. And I said, why not? And he said, well, Stu Robinson, who is a founding member of the board, and Stu was on the board of Landmark School, he is guaranteed a loan to buy Wyndham College in Putney, Vermont for $500,000. And I said, well, okay, so what's the big deal? He said, well, Landmark School had to effectively guarantee the loan because John Baggy, some of you remember, worked with the local community, and they would not sell Wyndham College to an individual. It had to be, to a educational institution. And so I went to the board meeting, and all predictions were true. I mean, incidentally, if any of you serve on a board, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you know how useless boards are. So, sorry, served on many. They always have to make a decision by committee and consensus. Chad was not a consensus guy. So he said, introduced the subject and told the board there at Landmark School that we have just acquired Landmark College, Wyndham College in Putney, Vermont. Some of the folks, including myself, didn't even know where Putney was, or is, or whatever. But in any event, he finished the presentation, and there was a gentleman, I won't name him, but I remember him very well. Oh, by the way, I was at that age, like I say, the youngest. All these folks were what I would call pillars of the community. I was living in California, definitely a renegade on that side as well. But in any event, one of the gentlemen on the boards, who was old enough to be my dad, said, but Chad, you can't do that. And I never forget it. It's absolutely a fact of them. And Chad said, in his usual quiet New England style, but I did. And the point that I make is that great things do not come, in my mind, out of committees. They come from a belief in the enterprise. And when I now turn to, I have here the honor of talking to, having sat at a table over there with, oh, by the way, Peter asked me to come tonight, and I said the only condition I would come if I can sit with the alumni and some of the faculty and staff. So I have the honor of having sat tonight with some really, really great people. I got their name tags off the table, so I'm not trying to fake this thing. They were all asking me, why the hell was he asking for my name tags? I said, you're going to find out. So Danielle, can you stand up, please? Danielle is an alumna of Landmark, right? Next is Meredith Davis. Where is Meredith? There she is. And David Grenage, am I doing all right then? David got so upset he threw his chair in the background. Don't leave your chair alone there, right? Mark Thurman. I'm going to, just like, I'm going to tear this up. Ines Bourbon Bours. Ines. All right. And then I had the pleasure of sitting not only with a young lady who is the alumna of Landmark, Erica. Erica, would you stand up? She is now a assistant admissions, or? Right. And then Liza Burns, who I've known for whatever, is a faculty member. And I left to the last my seatmate, Lynn Shea. I've known Lynn. Lynn has only been with Landmark for 32 years. Short-termer. What's that? 36. Oh, sorry. Well, you look like you're 32. So Peter asked me to try to keep it short, and that's impossible for me. So I just want to finish by saying that, Chanel, I think you nailed big time what this place is about. You really, very, very well done. As a guy who has achieved some success in business, I can tell you that there is no place in my life that has had more of an impact than Landmark College. It starts with the founding. I already mentioned Chad Drake. But these folks, in my mind, the faculty, are doing God's work. And because they're in the front line, and when I think of Landmark, I think of one word, and that is impact. Is a huge amount of impact by the faculty, staff, on what happens in that place. I've never forgotten it, and I never will, and I thank you for the honor tonight. It has been a true honor. This stuff brings tears to my eyes, I can tell you. I love doing, and I'll get off the stage quick.